The global landscape is shifting. New centers of power are emerging. Among them, BRICS stands out. BRICS is a group of 5 major emerging economies: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. They came together in 2009 with shared interests. These countries believed in a multipolar world. They wanted a bigger say in global affairs. BRICS nations represent a significant portion of the world's population. They also hold a substantial share of global GDP. The group has become a platform for dialogue. It fosters cooperation among its members. BRICS aims to address global challenges. They want to reform global governance. The rise of BRICS signifies a shift. The world is moving away from a unipolar system. It is embracing a more multipolar reality. This has profound implications for global politics. It also affects the global economy. The West, led by the United States, can no longer dictate terms. It needs to adapt to this changing landscape. BRICS' emergence presents both opportunities and challenges. It offers a chance for a more equitable world order. However, it also raises concerns about potential rivalry and instability. The future will depend on how BRICS manages its internal dynamics. It also depends on how the West chooses to engage with this rising bloc. BRICS is not a static entity, it is expanding its reach. In 2024, the group welcomed 6 new members. Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Argentina joined the bloc. This expansion reflects BRICS' growing appeal. It also highlights the desire for a more inclusive global order. Each new member brings its own strengths and perspectives. Their inclusion adds to BRICS' economic weight. It also enhances its geopolitical clout. The expanded BRICS now represents an even larger share of the world's population. It controls a greater proportion of global resources. This expansion is a testament to BRICS' commitment to the global south. It provides a platform for developing nations. They can voice their concerns. They can shape the global agenda. The inclusion of new members also presents challenges. BRICS needs to manage diverse interests. It needs to maintain unity within its ranks. The expansion of BRICS has significant geopolitical implications. It could reshape alliances and partnerships. It has the potential to accelerate the shift towards a multipolar world order. The West needs to pay close attention to these developments. BRICS is a formidable force on the global stage. Its combined economic and demographic weight is undeniable. The bloc accounts for over 45% of the world's population. It represents more than 35% of global GDP, purchasing power parity. These figures are projected to grow in the coming years. China, the largest economy within BRICS, plays a pivotal role. Its economic prowess is transforming the global landscape. India, with its vast population and rapidly growing economy, is another major player. Brazil, Russia, and South Africa contribute significantly to BRICS' overall influence. Beyond their economic might, BRICS nations possess significant natural resources. They are major producers of oil, gas, and minerals. This gives them leverage in global markets. It also enhances their geopolitical significance. BRICS' growing influence is evident in various international forums. BRICS nations are increasingly assertive in global institutions. They are demanding a greater voice. They want their interests to be reflected in global decision-making. This assertive stance is challenging the traditional dominance of Western powers. Section 4. Challenging the status quo. BRICS ambitions and objectives. BRICS is not just a talking shop. It has a clear set of ambitions. The group seeks to challenge the existing global order. It aims to create a more equitable and multipolar system. BRICS' objectives are rooted in the belief that the current system is unfair. Developing nations are often marginalized. BRICS wants to change that. One of BRICS' primary goals is to reform global governance. They believe that institutions like the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank are outdated. These institutions do not adequately represent the interests of developing countries. BRICS seeks to increase the voting power of emerging economies. They want to have a greater say in how these institutions are run. Another key objective is to reduce dependence on the US dollar. The US dollar has long been the dominant currency for international trade and finance. BRICS. Nations believe this gives the United States too much power. They are exploring alternatives. BRICS is promoting the use of local currencies in trade. They are also considering creating a new reserve currency. Section 5. Building a new framework. BRICS initiatives and mechanisms. BRICS is not just about rhetoric. The group is taking concrete steps to achieve its objectives. They are establishing new institutions. They are launching initiatives to foster cooperation. One of BRICS' flagship projects is the New Development Bank. The NDB was established in 2015. It aims to provide an alternative to the World Bank. The NDB funds infrastructure projects in developing countries. It focuses on areas like energy, transportation, and water. Another key initiative is the BRICS Contingent Reserve Arrangement. The CRA is a financial safety net. It provides member countries with protection against balance of payments crises. It reduces their reliance on the IMF. BRICS is also working on establishing a BRICS payment system. This system would facilitate trade in local currencies. It would reduce transaction costs. It would also lessen dependence on the US dollar. These initiatives demonstrate BRICS' commitment to building a new framework for global governance. They are creating alternatives to the existing system. These alternatives are designed to be more inclusive. They aim to give developing countries a greater voice. Section 6. Navigating Challenges. Internal divisions and diverging interests. Despite its ambitions, BRICS faces significant challenges. One of the biggest challenges is managing internal divisions. BRICS is a diverse group. It comprises countries with different political systems, they have different economic structures, they have different foreign policy priorities. These differences can sometimes lead to disagreements. For example, China's growing economic and military power has raised concerns among some BRICS members. They worry about China's dominance. Another challenge is the potential for diverging interests. As BRICS expands, it will become more difficult to maintain unity. New members will bring their own agendas. BRICS will need to find ways to accommodate these diverse interests. Despite these challenges, BRICS has managed to maintain a degree of unity. The member countries recognize the importance of cooperation. They understand that they can achieve more together than alone. However, BRICS will need to address these challenges effectively. Failure to do so could undermine its credibility. It could limit its ability to achieve its objectives. Section 7. Conclusion: BRICS and the Future Global Order. The emergence of BRICS is a defining feature of the 21st century. It represents a profound shift in the global balance of power. BRICS' growing influence is undeniable. The group is challenging the status quo. It is demanding a more equitable and multipolar world order. The West can no longer afford to ignore BRICS. It needs to engage with this rising bloc. Engagement should be based on mutual respect and understanding. The West should recognize BRICS' legitimate aspirations. It should work with BRICS to address global challenges. Cooperation is essential. The world is facing complex issues. These include climate change, pandemics, and economic instability. No single country or bloc can solve these problems alone. BRICS has the potential to play a constructive role. It can contribute to global stability. It can promote economic development. However, for BRICS to realize its full potential, it needs to overcome its internal challenges. It needs to maintain unity. It needs to demonstrate its commitment to international cooperation. The future of the global order depends on how BRICS navigates these complexities. It also depends on how the West chooses to respond.